Hello. Huskies back again with more San Jose Sharks GMO Adventures commentary. Last time we started the offseason, I tried way too hard to get greedy with some of the trades that I have to make here. And it got real frustrating real quick, but I'm going to kind of simplify this video. We're going to get these deals done. Johnny Boychuk, 6 years, not 6 years, 3 years, $6 million. Oh, where is he? There he is. He's an 84 overall. He's not terrible, to be honest. But he makes $6 million, and he's 35, so he's only going to get worse. So I might try to see if I can move a couple of my extra forwards around and bring in a defenseman or two before I trade Boychuk. I still have $9 million. I would like to trade Kessler. Now, I went over this last time with the teams that wanted him, whereas I should just, this video, I'm just going to go with teams that can afford him instead. Now, granted, there aren't many. Detroit's one of them, and so is New Jersey. New Jersey doesn't want him, and they have no interest in him. But that's okay, because they want to trade draft picks, and I just want a second for Ryan Kessler, but they would have more than 45 skaters. Which means I don't think this is going to go through, because how much does Brian Bickle make? 0.95? Sure. Brian Bickle and a second for Ryan Kessler. Yeah, I didn't think that would go through. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take less for Ryan Kessler, which I kind of anticipated to begin with. I'm actually going to take a third for him instead. Third and Bickle for Kessler. Trade rejected. Man, they don't even want Kessler. Alright. What do you want? I have to really sweeten this deal. I have some 19-year-old 7th defenseman. I'll put it over the limit. Trade rejected. Man. I'm honestly surprised that this didn't work. I really don't have much to work with trade-wise to push this over the edge. Maybe I just have to go, maybe not a third this year, but a third next year, or a second next year. Let's try a third next year in Brian Bickle. And see if that goes through. They still don't want to take his contract. Alright, well, before I do anything stupid, let's try Detroit, see if they want to take his contract. I would honestly take Jimmy Howard. He's a 79. He probably makes a shit ton. He only makes 1.6. This is another team that doesn't have anybody. Oh, and they're stockpiling draft picks too. Give me your third. And me, Luke Glendening. Trade block doesn't meet the trade block very well. You probably only want young players. You do. Alright, how about this Craig kid? Let's put it over the limit. Don't think it's worth to take on a contract of Ryan Kessler. God damn it. I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to end up retaining salary on him. I have cap space, and I'm going to have cap space for probably the 3 years that he's gone. So I'm not too concerned. But if I retain $1 million on his deal, will you give me this deal? Still not willing to accept the deal. Damn it. Alright, let's go back to New Jersey. Let's not even try for Bickle. Let's try for somebody else. Let's try for Peter Straka. Don't think it makes sense to take on the salary of Ryan Kessler. Alright, how about I retain 1.2, retain 1.5. $2 million. God damn it. I might be stuck with Ryan Kessler for the year. Alright, so I had to retain 2.5 on his salary. He had 3 years left on that deal, so I'm stuck with $2.5 million for 3 years. I mean, honestly, that's not terrible. I brought in a third. I probably could have gotten a second. I want to trade Ryan Spooner for a defenseman. Doesn't have to be a great defenseman, but I want a D-man in return. Let's see. They have a really good defensive core. Minnesota, Marco Scandella, and give me a second and Marco Scandella for Ryan Spooner. Damn. Oh, they only want NHL talent, huh? I want to see what that kid turns into. I don't want to trade him. Low top 6D. Do you want Larson? Trade accepted. Alright, so we got Marcus Scandella. That's basically just to kind of... I had an abundance of forwards where I didn't have any defense. So now I have to go through and I have to sign some people. Because I have 4 defensemen? 5 defensemen? But I still need to sign 1 or 2. I don't want to sign anybody to more than a 1-year deal, though. God, Henrique would be perfect, man, but I do have the cap space for him. He's 29, though. I think 29, he's just a little too... Henrique is just too old for the time being. I signed, this is where I have Gibson, right? Yeah, who's my backup? Is it Grace still? I think it's Grace still. Alright. Come on, there we go. I'm basically just signing... I don't want to pay you that much. Now, I fully intend to suck this season, so I'm just signing players that are not going to perform. There we go. So I have salary retained on a couple people, right? I have 2.5 on Kessler. And I think I have 3 on Marlowe. Alright, so Gravel's here. Schmid's here. Kuhlman's here. Brown's here. Alright, so I think I'm good. I have 92 defense now. Shit, it might be too good. Alright, and let's see what's Tyratty. Jake Gunsall. No picture required, sure. Again, just trying to find kids that I can kind of reload my trade assets with. I might have waited too long. Most of the kids are probably gone. AHL top 6. These guys seem to be offered in trades by the computer, so I'll give a couple of them offers. Alright, we'll see who signs. said we're fully embracing the tank for year 1. Come on. Alright, I think everybody signed that I offered contracts to. Alright, Jake Unsel accepted. Just have to wait for Pittsburgh to... match it or not. Okay, they didn't. Okay, cool. So I got Jake Unsel. Alright, we're going to sit in the next season and... see how we're looking. Our defense doesn't look too bad, but it's full of veterans. Johnny Boychuk might be a deadline deal that I'm gonna make, but I don't have the. I don't think I can retain any more salary, so I would have to give up something in order to trade him. So I might just stick with him for the time being, even if that isn't good financially. But I'm not too constricted by the salary cap just yet. I mean, we're getting close to the point where it's going to be an issue, but it's not an issue just yet. And now the AI is going to have to sign a bunch of HL players because I barely hit anybody on my roster. Alright, so let's look and see what we're working with here. I swear to God, if we're a playoff team this year, I'm going to be a little upset. But that did say Gibson was a 94 goalie, so... Alright, so if I best lines this... Oh, hello. Garbage across the board. Alright. Why did Solera get upset that somebody had the same role as him? Oh, because he's a third line scoring forward? Yeah, okay. I was like, he's a sniper. He got a decent shot, actually. Maybe he can get some progression. But Timo Meyer playing on the first line with Sam Reinhart and Tomas Hertl. I don't know if I want that. Reinhardt's a playmaker. Meyer's a power forward, but... Well, see, like I said, I fully intended to suck this year. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Kind of... I mean, our defense is... our defense sucks, man. Do we have anybody in the AHL that I don't have up here? I could probably call up Kiersky. Give him offensive time. Roy's an 80, so I probably should call him up. Yeah, let's go to roster moves. Alright, so. Let's call up Roy and Kiersky. And let's send down a defenseman in the center. Let's send down Noah Rod and... Oh, I actually have way too many forwards, so I'll send down both forwards. That's why I have 7th defenseman. I can best lines the AHL because I don't have anything down here just yet that's worth anything. And I don't think I have a goalie yet, unless that's still Dell. Is that Thomas kid here? No, okay, he's still juniors. So all of my key players are in juniors, so my AHL team isn't an issue just yet. My best line's this. $73, $70. Alright, let's, I wanted to see if Kreisky can progress. I'm gonna leave Gunsel on the second line. I'm actually gonna put Comfer up here though, because he's got a better ceiling than this kid. So honestly, we don't look all that bad. I mean, we look bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, we look fucking terrible. We look absolutely terrible. But I am okay with that. And then I want to put... we're going to scratch Ladislav Schmid for Wah or Roy. $22 elites. Johnny Boychuk's already down to 83. Oh yeah, what's Gibson? Gibson's a 92. God damn. And scratch is nobody good, right? Nope. Alright. So I think our team is set. Like I said, we still have some moves to make. Johnny Boychuk ideally gets moved. Mirko Mueller I was hoping got more of a boost. But I still need that elite forward and that elite defenseman. That I don't think I have just yet. I need a couple of role players as well. But if I go to, let's look at what I'm working with here in terms of trades. I think if I get these elite guys, like these two, Robinson and McClellan, they might not progress well enough. Lucas might not progress. Kiersky, I'm really hoping he does. Roy, he's Canadian, so I assume it's Wah. But I've got some work to do still. I still have Logan Couture, who I could move to bring in possibly an elite something. The only people that aren't tradable on this roster are Hurdle and Reinhardt. Like, if I trade Couture for an elite forward and Myers for an elite defenseman, I'd be in business. But I also want to do that without sacrificing any draft picks. Because right now I have 4 picks. I don't have a first round pick for next year. Or a third. So I might want to see how I can get one of those. But this is definitely a work in progress, to say the least. Yeah, definitely a work in progress. We're getting there, though. I think I have a plan. I have salary cap available. I wanted to see how we're looking salary cap wise. Like, do I have to... When do I have to re-sign Hurdle, Reinhardt, and Gibson? Because those are really the only ones that matter. I have 5.5 in salary retained. Shit. Alright, so Hurdle's got 2 years. Reinhardt has 2 years, so they both get the same year. Couture has what, 3? He has 6? He has 6 years left. Alright, so Couture is definitely probably going to have to get dealt. Tyler Myers I signed for a big contract. I could trade him as well. But again, they would be obviously for future players and goaltenders. I think I signed Gibson for... Yeah, I signed him on a bridge 9.5. So when I re-sign him, he'll be 27, 28. So he'll be 28, I believe. He'll still be worth it. So so I have 5.5 in retained salary for 2 years. Then I have 2.5 for 1 more year, and then I'm clean. Alright, so I have 5.2 in cap space, despite having 10 million available. Alright, that's fine. Now the only issue is, who do I even look to try to grab from teams? Because, I mean, I would like an elite. Kucherov, his trade value is too high. It's too high. Because I want to... yeah, see, this is the only issue, is that a lot of these elite players don't pop up later in the GM modes. Matthew Tkachuk doesn't have the highest trade value, and he's only 21 years old, medium elite. Now, he's not going to get much better than 87, I don't think, but he's somebody to look into throughout the season. He's somebody I could probably grab. Sean Monahan's a little more pricey, so Matthew Tkachuk's somebody to look at. I'm only looking at forwards right now. No. Just trying to figure out what I can go after. Pierre-Luc Dubois. He wouldn't be terrible, but he's a low elite, and I'm not really sold on low elite players. There's too much risk involved. See, there's a lot of low elite guys, and these medium elite guys haven't been progressing. Nugent Hopkins is a 90? Damn. Pacioretty, Galchenyuk, they're probably maxed out trade value. Forsberg, I already have Forsberg on the Oilers. Michael Del Cole. He might not have the highest trade value either. Let's do trade for Esso. Let's see how high his trade value is. His trade value is pretty low, to be honest with you. Michael Del Cole, he's medium elite. He's, how old is he? Oh, right, can't look at him. Why can't I look at him? God damn it. Well, either way. He's way down here. He's 23. He's 86. Medium elite. He won't get much better, but he's an easy asset to trade for, I feel. So yeah, he might be someone. This McDonald kid would be wonderful too. High elite, power forward. Alright, so I have some players in mind. I'm going to look at defensemen off camera, but I'm going to go ahead and call this video there. Remember to give any suggestions that you have for my team in the comment section below. Remember to always leave a like if you enjoyed. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday for the next one.